everyone, it's Huda here. Today in this video, we'll briefly discuss types of loop within an example using .c++. So guys, let's start it. First of all, types of loops. There are basically three types of loops. First one is while loop, second one is do while loop, and the third and the last one is for loop. So first of all, what is while loop? So guys, while loop actually execute one or more statement while the given condition remains true. So it is basically so simple type of loops. So it is useful when the number of iteration is not known in advance. The syntax of while loop is use while keyword and then within parentheses use your condition and then statement. If you have more than one statement, then written in curly braces or delimiters. So guys, here this one is actually body of the loop. So guys, now working of while loop. First of all, you can see that conditions will be evaluated. If the condition become true, then the control move into the body of the loop. So it execute all the statement. So guys, after executing all the statement, control again move at the top of the loop. So guys, again condition will be checked. So if condition become false, then control exits from loop body. So guys, let's take an example. First of all, open .c++. So guys, I have already typed the main syntax of the program. So in this program, I will going to show you how we can display counting as user wish. So guys, here just come into the main function and here use cout to display a message on the screen. Please enter starting value for counting. So guys, here user will enter starting value, so that will be stored in start, and then just terminate this, and now the second message will be printed on the screen. Please enter ending value for counting. So guys, here user will enter ending value, so just terminate this and now use end variable. So guys, here we must declare this variable at the top. So guys, integer start and end. So guys, here we will use while loop to display counting on the screen. So use while keyword and within parentheses use your condition. So condition will be start less or equal to end. So guys, here body of the while loop, and here we will display cout. Just use start variable here and then and then. So guys, here just increment the value by 1, so start plus plus and just terminate this. Now save this program and just click on execute, compile and done. And so our program successfully execute. So please enter starting value for counting. So I'm gonna enter 50. So just enter this. Please enter ending value for counting. So guys, I will gonna enter 100. So you can see that our counting will be displayed from 52. You can see that 52 onward 100. So you can see that 100. So guys, here let's understand the working of this program. First of all, control move into the main function as you know. So guys, here you can see that please enter starting value. That will be the message that print on the screen. So guys, here you can see that start variable and use here, and now the end variable. So guys, here if user enter 50, then actually start is equal to 50 and then end is equal to 100. If user enter these value, so you can see that start is equal to 50, so 50 less or equal to 100. So the condition will be true, So control move into the body of the loop and execute the statement, all the statement. So you can see that it will print on the screen the value of start variable. So the first value of start variable is 50. So that will be print on the screen using cout, and then ender, that is basically used for new line, and start plus plus, that increase the value by 1. So it increased 50 to 51. So guys, it can increase the value 51, and again control move at the start of the loop. So again condition will be checked. So you can see that 51 is less or equal to 100. So again control move into the body of the loop and check all the condition, all the statement, and then at the last when the loop value is 101. So it will again check the condition start less or equal to end. So 101 does not equal to or less or equal to 100. So the loop will be exit here. So just program display the output on the screen. So the next one is do while loop. So guys, do while loop actually an iterative control loop. So this loop executes one or more statement while the given condition is true. So the basic difference of while loop and do while loop is that in while loop conditions come before the body of the loop, but in do while loop conditions comes after the body of the loop, and semicolon will also display after the condition. So guys, in while loop, if condition is false in the beginning, while loop is never executed. While do while loop is executed at least once ever if condition is false in the beginning. That means that if while conditions become false at the beginning, so control doesn't move in the body of the loop, so nothing will be displayed on the screen. But in case of do while loop, if the condition is false at the beginning, so one time body of the loop must be executed. So guys, now understand the working of do while loop and syntax of do while loop. So first you will display do keyword and then a body of the loop. If you have more than one statement, then written in curly braces or delimiters, and then you can see that at the end we will use while keyword and then condition, and terminator must be displayed. So guys, first of all control move into the loop body, and then after executing all the statement of body of the loop, then condition will be evaluated. If the condition become true, so guys, control move at the top of the body. If it is false, then control exit from loop body. So let's take an example. So let's take previous example with some little change. So you can see that in while loop conditions come before the body of the loop. So in this case you can see that we will just cut this and paste this at the end of the loop and just put the do keyword at the above. So you can see that we have two changings here. The first one is do keyword, and then the second one is just cut this condition with while loop at the end of the body, and also the third one is put the terminator at the end of the condition. So you can see that I have put the terminator at the end of the condition. So guys, here just save this program and now click on execute, compile and run. And you can see that the output will be displayed on the screen. Please enter starting value 50 and ending value 1000. So you can see that 50 to 1000 counting will be displayed on the screen. So you can see that the ending value will be 1000 and the first value will be 50. So guys, here let's understand the working of do while loop. The first one is control move into the body of the loop. The do keyword is indicates the beginning of do while loop. So guys, here you can see that the control move in the body of the loop first and execute all the statement in loop body, and then after it condition will be evaluated, and if it is true, then again control move at the two, means that at the body of the loop, in the body of the loop, and execute statement again. This process execute so guys till that the condition become false. So guys, here if the condition will be false at the beginning, so loop must be execute one time. So that is the difference between do while and while loop. So the next one is for loop. For loop execute one or more statement for a specified numbers of time. So this loop is also called counter control loop. So guys, it is more flexible loop. So most of programmers use for loop frequently. So guys, syntax of for loop is used for keyword and within parentheses initialization, condition, increment, decrement, and separate each with terminators. So you can see that terminator. So guys, if you have more than one statement, then written in curly braces or delimiters. So guys, that is basically called body of the for loop. Now the working of for loop is initialization, condition, loop body, and increment, decrement. You can see that in this initialization part will be execute once. So now the next is condition will be evaluated, and if the condition will true, then control move into the loop body and execute all the statement. So guys, increment, decrement actually increase or decrease the value of counter variable, mean that it change the value of counter variable. So guys, here then again condition will be evaluated. So if it is true, then again control move to the loop body. This process continue until the condition become false. If the condition become false, then loop will be terminated. So if you want to execute previous program using for loop, so you do some little changing, that is just cut this, and now using for loop use for keyword here, and now within parentheses the first step is initialization. So you can see that we initialize the value start by user. So here type start variable and then separate with terminator, and now condition and again terminator, and you can see that in while loop and do while loop we increase the value or decrease the value in the body. So here in this case you just need to enter in parentheses and paste this. So guys, you can see that increment or decrement, this will be initialization, and then this is actually condition, and this one is actually increment. So just save this program and now execute, compile and run. And here please enter starting value. So I will gonna enter 45 and ending value I will gonna enter 100. So you can see that counting will be displayed on the screen 45 to 100. So guys, now understand the working of this program. So first of all, you can see that initialization process will be executed at once, and then condition will be evaluated. If it is true, then the control move into the loop body and execute all the statements, and then it increase the value or increment the value by 1. So again condition will be evaluated. So guys, here if it is true, then again loop control enter into the loop body, and if it is false, then the loop will be terminated. Let's take a look on nested loop. So guys, nested loop is actually a loop within a loop is called nested loop. So guys, get this point, the increase in level of nesting increase the complexity of nested loop. So guys, here syntax of nested loop is you can use for loop within a for loop, and also use while loop within a do while loop, or while loop within a while loop, etc. So guys, that is actually outer loop and this one is actually inner loop. Let's take an example using nested loop. Here I have already typed the main syntax of the program, and again I want to display a triangle using nested loop. So guys, here first I want to print a triangle of alphabetic. So guys, here character ch is equal to single quote with an a and then terminate this. So guys, again declare integer variable n, I and j. So guys, n is basically used for taking input from the user cout. Here it will print enter the height of triangle. So guys, here user will enter the height of triangle, and here just terminate this, and now cin and use n variable that we have already declared as an integer. So guys, use n variable and terminate this, and now it's time to use nested loop. So guys, first of all for loop and use I is equal to 1, that is basically initialization, and then terminator, and now condition I less or equal to n. So guys, again terminator, and then it's time to increment, so I plus plus, and now body of the for loop that is basically called outer loop, and then if condition will be true, then control move into the inner loop of the body and check condition, and again here we will use j is equal to 1. So again terminator, and now condition j less or equal to I, terminator, and then again j plus plus, that is increment, and now body of the inner loop, and here we will type cout, and I want to display character triangle, so I will use ch variable and then insertion operator and then only white space. So guys, here again I want to increment ch variable again, so just ch plus plus, so it's basically increase the value of character variable a, b, c up to so on. So guys, here now come into the body of outer loop, and here we will type cout and then within double quotes type \n, and you can also use &l. \n is actually used for new line, and &l is also used for new line. So just save this program, and now click on execute, compile and run. So guys, you can get the output, enter the height of triangle. So guys, I will gonna enter 5, and now you can see the triangle will be displayed on the screen A, B, C, D, E, F, and that is character type triangle. So guys, let's understand the working of this program. So guys, first of all control move into the main function, and here declare a character variable that holding initialization value A, and again control move to the next statement, and here declare 3 variable n, I and j that is integer type. So control move to the next statement and print the message on the screen, so that is basically used for taking input. If user enter the height of triangle is 5, so 5 will be assigned to n variable. So guys, here control will move to the next statement, and that is for loop. So you can see that for loop here, so I is equal to 1, that is basically initialization, so that must be executed at once only, then the condition will be evaluated. So guys, condition become I less or equal to n. So you can see I hold 1 value while n hold 5 value. So I hold 1 value and that is less or equal to 5. So condition will be true. So control move into the inner loop. So again check the condition before it will be must be initialize the value j is equal to 1. So that is also executed only once. And again you can see j hold one value and I hold is also one value. So condition will be check I less or equal to, sorry, j less or equal to I. So 1 less or equal to 1, because j hold one value and I hold one value. So guys, condition will be true because 1 is equal to 1. So control move into the body of inner loop, and here it will print on the screen ch value. So ch hold a value, so a will be print on the screen. So you can see that a will be print on the screen, and again you can see next is only white space that will be print on the screen. So again you can see that ch plus plus variable, that is basically increment the character value by 1. So first the character hold ch hold a character, then due to increment it will hold b value. So guys, here control move to the increment part j plus plus, and then condition will be check. So you can see that condition become j value will be changed into 2. So guys, you can see the condition will be j is equal to 2, so 2 less or equal to 1, because there is no increment in I plus plus or I. So guys, here you can see that condition will be wrong. So control move out of the inner loop and move into outer loop. So here it will print on the screen \n, that is basically for new line, then control will be moved into the onto the new line, and again it will increment I plus plus. That means it will increment the value by 1. So first I hold one value, so due to increment it will be changed into 2. So now again condition will be evaluated. So now you can see that condition will be 2 less or equal to 5, because n hold 5 value. So again condition will be true. So again control move into the inner loop, and here j is equal to 1 and it will be only execute once, and again condition will be checked. So now j hold one value while I hold 2 value. You can see that I hold 2 value while the j hold 1 value here. So you can see the condition will be 1 less or equal to 2. Condition will be true, so control move into the inner loop. So that is the inner body of the loop. So guys, here you can see it will print C out ch. So you can see that ch will be changed at last, that is changed into b. So it will be print on the screen b. So guys, here now it will be print on screen just white space, and again due to this again it will increment the value by 1 character variable. So in the last ch hold b value, due to increment it will be changed into c. So due to this it will be changed into c. So you can see that control move to the j plus plus part. So it will increase the value j by 1. So at the last they have 1 value, but now it have 2 value. So again condition will be evaluated. So it will be changed into 2. So guys, 2 less or equal to 2, because I hold 2 value. So 2 less or equal to 2, then condition will be true again, and again control move into the inner loop and print the ch value. So ch value will be c. So again it will print the white space and again increment ch plus plus. So ch value will be increment by 1, so it will be changed into d. So again this process will be continue. At last the condition will be wrong. So then if condition will be wrong, Control exit from the loop body and it will print the triangle on your screen.